So the Northern Lights were supposed to happen this past weekend, but it didn't pan out. So let's see why, in this week's Eyes on the Sky. To get the Northern Lights, you need charged particles blasting from the sun and hitting the Earth's magnetosphere. This is called a coronal mass ejection, or a CME. That interaction creates the Northern Lights, but to forecast this type of event is very difficult. What we look for is we look at the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory, otherwise known as SOHO. Now this instrument can let us know when a CME happens. So when we see one, at this point, those charged particles are about 92 million miles away from the Earth, and they travel at the Earth at around 1 million miles per hour. It takes about 3 days before those charged particles will impact the Earth and hit the magnetosphere to create the Northern Lights. Now this is the problem that we have. We see when it happens, but we don't have an instrument before it gets to the Earth. The next instrument that we know to measure the CME is a Discover spacecraft, and that's about 1 million miles away from the Earth. So it's about 30 to 45 minutes before those charged particles hit the Earth. So we're missing data in between, and that can make the forecast extremely difficult, and sometimes we can have a busted forecast like we had this past weekend. Another thing that's happening right now, the sun is in solar minimum, so it's less active. In the coming years, it could be more active, and we could see the Northern Lights a bit more often. But for now, just keep your eyes on the sky. I'm Jupiter Jeff.